good afternoon, or evening, or morning, whichever it is when you're watching this. And welcome again to another episode of Something Something Chat Show where Tom Jr. Jackson presents After the Movie Review. I am your host, as always, Tom Jr. Jackson, as it says right here at the bottom of the screen. That's me. This is my channel. I welcome you all. Today's movie we're going to be reviewing is, if you haven't seen it already on the title or the thumbnail, Hitchcock from 2012. And oddly enough, this is the 12th episode of this series. Is that a coincidence? It could be. It could be. So let's get down to it with the house cleaning, or housekeeping, I should say. Check out the Post Geek Singularity. As always, all the links are down below, and check them out. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel, their channel. Let those people know that you've heard about their channels from me. It helps them out. It helps me out. And it's something nice. It gives back to them because they've given me such great enjoyment from their videos. I like to do the same for them and get the word out about their channels as well. The Post Geek Singularity, which is guided by your captain, Robert Meyer Burnett, which such shows as Midnight Musings with co-hosts RM and Lyle Rockwell, Midnight Metal, which is hosted by Robert Meyer Burnett and his co-host, director Dave Parker, director of The Hills Run Red. From Scream Factory, look it up. It's got 8 hours worth of features on the Blu-ray. 8 hours of special features as well. There's Midnight Metal. There's Let's Get Physical Media with your co-host, with your host Robert Burnett, and the co-host Dieter Bastian, everybody's favorite German trash panda. And as always, Observations with Robert Meyer Burnett, your captain. Also, Whining About Movies with Robert Meyer Burnett and his co-pilot, or I should say sous chef, as I like to call her. The sous chef co-pilot, his ride or die, Miss Elizabeth Gwendolyn Bell. And they watch movies, and then they come back and they enjoy a nice glass of wine. They tell you about the wine, and then they discuss the movies that they've watched. So check that channel out. And then there is Positive Fandom, which has reviews, unboxings, and the channel is hosted by RM, my friend, I'm her co-collaborator. I keep wanting to say co-conspirator. So if we're going to be doing a conspiracy, I don't know. I don't think we are. No, I'm getting it from the judges. There is no conspiracies there. I'm just her co-collaborator and the moderator for her live chats on the channel, on her channel. The apex of her channel is a show called Sunday Brunch Live, which is at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, and it's live, and they parlay about all the pop culture that's in the news. And when you join in with the chat on the channel, when you're watching it live and you're typing in the chat there, your voices count, your questions and comments matter. And if you have a YouTube or a Instagram account, let us know that what the channel name or the Instagram feed is under, and we will post the links and and promote your channel, because at Positive Fandom, the idea behind it is we support and we respect, but we want to get out the word about other people's creations. We like to share that. It's a give and back thing. That's why I mention these channels before the show, before whatever show I'm doing, because they've given me a lot of pleasure in watching. So I feel that I need to give back and to let everybody know about their shows and their channels as well. So check those out. Now let's get on to our main feature today, and that is Hitchcock. This is a 2012 movie. It is directed by, I don't have the name of the director down here, but it's a good movie. It's based on, it's a biographical romantic drama. It's fun. It's based on the Stephen Rebello's 1990 nonfiction book, Alfred Hitchcock and the Making of Psycho. This movie is about the making of Psycho, which to me is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, Psycho. It's a movie that in the 60s, it was never done before. It's one of those movies that went through a lot of trial and turbulences and whatnot to get made. And the events around the making of this movie are even more interesting than the movie itself. And the book is great. If you haven't read the book, go get the book and read it. But this film is fantastic. It has a cast like you wouldn't believe. You have Sir Anthony Hopkins, Dame Helen Mirren, Scarlett Johansson, Danny Houston, whose father was John Huston, who did The African Queen. He did a lot of movies. Treasure Summit, Sierra Madre. He was very big film director. He did some acting as well. Who else is in the film? Tony Colletti, who was in a great movie called Muriel's Wedding. And if you haven't seen that, look it up, check it out. It's one of my favorites as well. She did another movie called Mental, she's brilliant in that as well. Also, James Darcy, who was Jarvis in the Agent Carter television show, and then he played Jarvis again in Endgame, Avengers Endgame. Excuse me, pardon me there. Then we got Jessica Biel, and of course Michael Wincott, whose last movie he was in was he was in the movie Nope. Fantastic in that film. I can't wait to do a review on that. Every actor in this film has, in my opinion, has been perfectly cast as the people are supposed to be. So you got Scarlett Johansson as Janet Leigh, Jessica Biel as Vera Miles, and Sir Anthony Hopkins as Alfred Hitchcock. Now, the great thing about this is that the prosthetics and the suit and everything like that, he looks like Alfred Hitchcock. And when I first saw the picture of him as Hitchcock, it blew my mind. This is a movie for the cinephile. If you're a cinephile, a big fan of movies, you should be watching it. Absolutely be watching it. Michael Wincott plays Ed Gein, who was a serial killer, who was not only the basis for Norman Bates, but also the basis for um, Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill, the serial killer in that movie as well. But he brilliantly plays, and this movie, in a way, mirrors the rise of Ed Gein as well. It goes to a bit of his greatest hits, but it's done in such an interesting way. But the beautiful part about this movie is two things. It begins and ends like an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents, where Hitchcock comes out and he introduces himself on in the beginning of the movie, and then he also closes out the movie as well. And this is Anthony Hopkins as Hitchcock. Excuse me. I honestly think that. Oh yeah, and Jessica Biel's in this film as well, I should say. And she plays Vera Miles. I have to say, and James Darcy plays Anthony Perkins, who played Norman Bates. Brilliant in this film as well. I have to say, each actor was cast perfectly. They don't, no one's performance stands out. It all plays as an ensemble piece, but they all each have their moments in this film that are brilliant, just absolutely brilliant to watch. And like I said before, if you're a cinephile, if you're someone who loves movies, this is the movie to watch, hands down. Absolutely the movie to watch. Yeah, I love this movie. It's I haven't watched it in a while, and I just decided to watch it this morning as well. It to me, it is the apex of movies. It is an acting trope, not trope, an acting marvel. And I can't remember. I had to look it up. I would have to say I'm surprised that Anthony Hopkins wasn't nominated for this, or whoever. I think whoever did the makeup and stuff did. I could be wrong about that. But this is a great movie, and you should see it. And then form your own opinion if you like it or not. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. And again, all the in the description will be the links for the shows that I mentioned. And like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell for my channel and their channels as well. And we'll see you again next time. Thank you for coming by and watching. And as always, please remember, no matter where you are, no matter where you go, wherever you go, there you are. And we are all good people. Thank you and have a pleasant tomorrow. Bye.